This is just the best. You might recall, how could you have forgotten already, that in mid-December, Democrat Doug Jones, and Pat, maybe you want to just double check on that. You can, I'll keep
Okay.
talking. You just double check what's going on there. Democrat Doug Jones defeated serial accused child sex offender Roy Moore in an Alabama special Senate election to replace Jeff Sessions, who left his seat to become Attorney General for Donald Trump. This was a completely unique situation. A hugely unpopular president in Trump is why the seat is vacant in the first place, since Trump did, after all, select Jeff Sessions to be Attorney General. And normally a Republican would easily win a special election in Alabama. But in the Republican primary, the accused serial child sex offender won. So then you had a Democrat winning the election because the Republican candidate was just an absolute and total disaster. And of course, all along, if instead of special elections to fill Senate vacancies, Alabama simply had the governor appoint an interim senator, none of this would have happened. And that's exactly what Alabama is going to do going forward. This is just so funny. The Alabama House of Representatives has changed the rules, the law, where going forward, there will not be any more special elections in these situations. And instead, the governor is going to appoint someone who can serve up to 2 years until the state has its next regularly scheduled elections. Since more than likely, Alabama is going to keep having Republican governors for a while, this is a good way to prevent the disaster for Republicans that was last year's special election. Democrats were opposed to this rule change. Not surprisingly, Republicans passed it basically along party lines, 67-31, since there are way more Republicans than Democrats in the Alabama House. And Republicans, of course, are saying, oh, this has nothing to do with keeping Republicans in power. It's because these special elections are expensive and we're fiscal conservatives. And that special election cost about $10 million. Democrats aren't convinced. They seem to get what's going on. Congressman John Rogers, who's a Democrat from Birmingham, he called it the anti-Doug Jones bill. I actually don't think this is a terrible idea. I mean, lots of states do this. Instead of having a special election, when you have an unexpected vacancy, an intra-term vacancy, the governor appoints someone, and then at the next regularly scheduled state election, you just have an election and then you decide who's going to be in that seat. But the doing of this weeks after Doug Jones, a Democrat, won a special election in Alabama, it can't possibly just be a coincidence. It's obviously a reaction to that.
Yeah, I think it's okay, though. I remember in 2013, Chris Christie made a special election in New Jersey for the Senate seat because he just didn't want to be on the same ballot as Cory Booker because he knew that that would hurt him.
Sure.
And it cost the taxpayers there like over $20 million.
Absolutely stunning how much it costs. And I understand. I'm not writing off the fiscal conservatism argument. I'm just saying if they were concerned about that, they could have changed this rule long before a Republican lost, right? Because special elections have existed for a very long time.
Did you see that once it was clear that Roy Moore would have a difficult time winning the election, that the governor of Alabama, Kay Ivey, was thinking about pushing it off, and she was consulting with the White House about doing so?
I didn't know that. That's interesting. Not surprising at all, though. What happened? So what we had like someone trying to break down the door.
Oh, we got a package.
Oh, we got a package.
Yeah.
It was that urgent that they needed to continually bang on the door.
I pretended to be you. I signed the name and everything.
Oh, okay.
I hope I got your signature right.
Something interesting coming?
I didn't open it.
Is it a large package or small?
Pretty big package. Okay. A large package, I would say.
Interesting. I think it's probably envelopes. Was it heavy or light?
It was light.
Yeah. Big package.
But a big package, light. Yep.
It's envelopes. It's bubble mailers, which I ordered. And anyway, very exciting day, as you can tell, at David Pakman Show Studios. Discuss this or any other story, including deliveries during the show, on our subreddit at davidpakman.com/REDDIT. Next, I will talk to Breitbart's C. Edmund Wright. We did not get along well last time he was on the show. Let's see what happens this time. Today's episode of The David Pakman Show is made possible in part by Brilliant, which is a great online service that allows you to master interesting concepts in math, science, and engineering by solving fun and challenging problems. And unlike other learning sites, when I'm using Brilliant, I'm learning by working hands-on with real-world scenarios and problems. You solve challenging puzzles that have been carefully designed by expert educators and professionals from all over the world. They don't go too fast. They don't go too slowly. They take you step by step through the topics you're interested in at your own pace. And one of their principles of learning is effective learning is active. YouTube videos on these topics are passive, and it's great to watch them, and I do it myself, but that will only take you so far. And that's where Brilliant comes in, where you learn not by watching, but by doing. And you can get started right now by signing up for free at brilliant.org/David Pakman. The first 200 people who visit brilliant.org/David Pakman will get 20% off an annual premium membership. Check it out today, brilliant.org/David Pakman.